Hi there, I'm Claudia Lash, and I wanted to do a little video. As some of you know, I'm recovering from a broken arm, and so I can't sew right now, and I can't teach you any new things, basically. But I was laying in my on the couch, and it dawned on me that one of my favorite quilts that I tend to use all the time is this quilt right here, and it's an older quilt. It never even got a name, but it's one of my absolute favorites. We tend to maybe um, find something we like about something, and it becomes the quilt that we pick when we need to have just a little cover up. So I thought I will tell you about this quilt, tell you a little bit about it, and maybe you might be interested in doing something like this. This it's if you had seen or if you don't know, this is a pineapple block quilt. I made the quilt in 2003. Well, I finished it in 2003. And I taught a class or two at the quilt shop about the quilt, or about making a pineapple block quilt. And so I thought, well, I'll show you a little bit about it. Some of you might be interested. It's a great type of quilt to make if you have a lot of scraps. This is a perfect thing. You can use lots of different colors. And as you can see, nothing is going to take over because in 2003 I had a bunch of different colors, and what I did was I decided what I wanted for the center color. Here's the block. Let me show you the block here. Here is the block right here, and it has a square center. This is a 10.5-inch block. This center, I made sure my centers were done in a red, and I think you cut this at 2.5 inches for that center block. And then all of the rows around the center are done with strips. The strips are cut at 1.5 inch wide. So, and now some of them are, as you go out, these strips get longer until you get to the outermost dark strips. And those are, I don't know, I have the measurements and I can put them on a paper. But they're all 1.5 inch wide, so you just cut lots of 1.5 inch wide strips. I needed a lot of 1.5 inch wide strips that were a fairly light color. They don't have to be totally white. Here's some strips that have some print in them. Here's some with print. Here's some sort of a tan color. They do need to read light. And then you need strips that are 1.5 inch, and they're dark strips. Here are some dark, different colors. And they could be, I wanted mine all different colors, all different dark colors. So, and then as you are making, and you can find directions for a pineapple block in lots of different places. It helps, and when I did this one, I had a pineapple ruler. This ruler is the one that I used, and I see that it came out in 1989. That's kind of an old ruler. I'm not sure if this ruler is still available, but I know that there are pineapple rulers available around. So you do need, if you're going to try something like this, you need lots of scraps that are 1.5 inch wide. You need a ruler. It's more helpful to use a ruler. And then you need to cut them, and you need to sew them, and you sew them sort of around like you would sew this strip on and then this strip on. You sew them around, and then you use the ruler to trim your sides then you press and sew more lines on. So you're going around like this. Here is another block that I had for class. This one is a 10.5-inch block. I guess I thought that one was too big, so I did not. And this one, I used blues in the outer sections. These, I use, on each one of these, I used red in the middle, and then I used a batik red in the outside. So this one, I guess I decided I wanted to use red in the middle and blue on the outside. It's up to you. But this one's 12 inches finished. So if you figure out how many rounds you want to make, you can make your block as big as you like. But 10 inches was a good size, I think, for what I wanted. And then I just, after I got a number of them done, I found another red batik, this red here, and used it for the outside border. So I think it's a simple quilt to make. You can use a lot of scraps. You can use many different colors. I've thought before, if I ever get to sew again, this one might be fun to try to make. And instead of using red, maybe I would use a bright yellow and maybe a darker yellow around the edge as the border. Or try the blue and blue for the centers and blue outside. You can just do so many different things. And it might even be fun to use a black and white that's mostly white, a white with black for the light squares, and then a black with white for the darker squares. There's just so many choices that you can make with a pineapple block. And you can make it, of course, as big or as small as you like. You do need, I think it's best to use a ruler. There are some people that use paper foundation piecing, and that works too. But I'm hoping maybe sometime in the future, this is one that I will try to make again. And if I get a chance, I'm going to try to put a 10-inch pineapple ruler, picture of the block. It looks like this. I will try to stick this in the description. So it just gives you the simple things about how big to cut the squares and cut strips of lights and darks, and then how long you need to make those strips. So I can stick that in the description. That's about all that I can do as far as actually showing you how to make a quilt. I am really trying. I'm doing some hand therapy now, and there is hope that maybe in some weeks I will be able to use my hand to sew and maybe to cut. Right now, they're just waking up these nerves so that I can even hold my hand out and do the simplest things. We're working at it though, and it'll get there.
You know, it looks like you have a bionic arm.
It does. It does.
And who knows, when it gets all healed up, you might be able to quilt twice as fast as you do now.
Perhaps. I have to wear this. This is to help the swelling go down, and this is also to help the swelling go down. This is so that I can grab my arm and I can put it in I use a neck cuff. And then I can, when I go out in public, I keep this up close to me in case of somebody running into me. But this is just a brace. There's no cast here. It's a brace on my broken pieces of arm. So, doing so well. I don't know if I'm doing so well. I'm doing well so far. And 6 weeks has gone by pretty fast. So hopefully in another 6 weeks, I will at least be, I don't know, good as new, maybe? I don't know. Thanks for watching anyway.